There's no quote there to be found. Listen, I've erased it from the internet. It doesn't exist. Fake news. But other than that, Asher, the guy is a fantastic tracer when he's playing well, and that's the best thing about him, right? When he's playing well, he's on honestly a and this was a game where he was playing well. In this second map, as you can see here on Legion Tower, the pulse bombers were excellent. Everything was sublime. He was getting the picks his team needed. And another thing I was happy that they did as well was it was working well with hydration. Instead of needing to play aggressively, they brought hydration in. Suddenly, the pieces start coming together and they started.
If you watched that match against the Spitfire last week, the Gladiators showcased the Doom Fist. He's back today with look at hydration because I want to know, Johnny, we saw it in Control. Do you let Asher play it in the second half again?
Well, if you have some close quarters, definitely dehydration again. We saw the space cam combo, back row contenders. We haven't seen that in. Oh yeah, you get excited, Brent, about this.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Four, three, two, one.
Four, three, two, one.
Test subjects for my ultimate weapon.
Four, three, two, one.
I'm green.
Four, three, two, one.
High energy.
4, 3, 2, 1.
You will be test subjects for my ultimate weapon.
Fuck.
Send in the next test subject.
Four, three, two, one.
To demonstrate my newest invention. I'll use your bones for spare parts.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Four, three, two, one.
High energy beam.
4, 3, 2, 1.
You will be test subjects for my ultimate weapon. It appears adjustments to
Four, three, two, one.
Come purple. Down three.
Four, three, two, one.
High energy.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Out.
You will be test subjects for my ultimate weapon.
Four, three,
It appears
two,
adjustments
one.
see how fast you can rock.
Spread.
Four, three, two, one.
Rail, rail, rail.
Four, three, two, one.
High energy.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Out.
You will be test subjects for my ultimate weapon. Send in the next test subject. success.
No, that's not the issue. The issue, when you pop one, it's 5.6 million damage to each individual. So it's a timing issue, not cooldowns or immunity. Yeah, if you see one on its own, we might want to pop that, versus if they're clustered together on the outer rail, that's not a big deal. It's when they're standing on their own, it's hard to make it go through. I can put one up. Jesus up. Yeah.
Five, four, three, two, one.
Inner, come purple.
4, 3, 2, 1.
High
Like, you
energy.
can clear balls right now.
4, 3, 2, 1.
You will be test subjects for my ultimate weapon.
Yeah, it's good until the second set of robots. That's when the issue is. We need to clear more in between. They should be the isolated balls on the outer. Inner first, then isolated. Pop it right here.
Next test subject.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Sending you back to the drawing board. Let's see how fast you can rock. Your construction appears shoddy.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Four, three, two, one.
High energy.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Such an honor. You will be test subjects for my ultimate weapon.
Four, three, two, one.
Help rail.
4, 3, 2, 1.
To demonstrate my newest invention. Witness true
Rail, rail.
High energy.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Four.
such an honor. You will be test subjects for my ultimate weapon.
Four, three,
It
two,
appears unjust
one.
to see how fast you can run.
Four, three, two, one.
To demonstrate my newest invention. Turn you. Send in the next test subject.
2, 1.
There is no escape. Sending you back to the drawing board. In
High energy.
pieces.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Pads.
You will be test subjects for my ultimate weapon. Send in the next test subject. Sending you. I'll use your
I noticed we're pretty good health about 5 seconds prior to a ruiner. I mean, pre-ruiner, we can... you can get... Adrian, based on the timing what I'm seeing, you can get one just prior to a ruiner, one during ruiner, and one after a ruiner. You should be able to pop 3 balls during a ruiner. And be separated sufficiently. No, that's what I'm saying. About 3 to 5 seconds before a ruiner, we're all at full health. Can't. It's a mythic lockout. That doesn't work that way. Yeah, but if, based on our raid attendance, if you got one person missing, we're not going to have our 20.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Four, 3, 2, 1.
High energy.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Pads.
You will be test subjects for my ultimate weapon.
1.
High energy.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Chaz.
You will be test subjects for my ultimate.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Spread.
Sending you back to the drawing board in pieces.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Sending the next test subject to
4, 3, 2, 1.
High energy.
4, 3, 2, 1.
witness true power.
Chaz.
Sing on. You will be test subjects for my ultimate weapon. Sending you back to the drawing board in pieces. Sending you back to the drawing board in
Be okay. I mean, we lose the DPS and we're able to down the robots.
Your construction appears shy.
It takes a little longer. Yeah. Purple, we were down deep. I mean, from our group, you took Spirit to green, so they were full up. And so we were actually one less DPS on purple. Yeah, it's close. I mean, it's doable. We get John back and what? Maybe. I don't know what his schedule is. Guys, just do a little more research.
The
Next time we
Burning
come through,
Legion
we'll see
marches
what
on
we do.
High Mountain. Our allies have engaged the demons throughout our lands. To turn the tide, champion, you must strike at the heart of their forces.
I've got that target in my sights!
I have many lucky doos. You like? May your feet find good trails.
Seen 8 months. How far away do they live? Well, that's different. Mine lives 6 hours by flying. Record. Talk to you guys later. Logs are posted.
This'll be good.
The wind has whispered your name.
Exactly as I said,
Burn with anticipation.
questionable decision from Bonnie. He may have been pressured down and wanted to live through that to make sure. It's not the last fight, but it's close enough to it. That is a huge stagger kill, though. Asher dead. 16 seconds left. They have to sacrifice positioning just to get a card. This is not the push they want, but it's the only push they have.
And I'm really liking this from Houston as well. They know every second counts at this point, and Lynx are just holding so far forward, so aggressive, that Los Angeles Gladiators now need to just dive in here with both tanks. They will leap up to the high ground, but again, grappling hook straight out of harm's way, and now Lynx just gets to take pot shots all day.
Well, Mumo's about a mile away in the back line. He will eventually get Shaz, and he can do that because any second he needs so he can pop Primal Rage. There it is, and there's Transcend as well.
Transcend thrown out. They're continuing to keep him alive. Cool Matt Hunt's in the back line right now, and Muma will eventually find Big Goose. We're into overtime now. It's all or nothing for the Gladiators, but there are so many players here for Houston. Outlaws just finding kill after kill. Bishu with the self-destruct will find nothing, and it doesn't even matter. Asher could have swore he managed to get onto that point, but he's not going to make it in time. And the Houston Outlaws will hang in there after all.
The Houston Outlaws absolutely own Gibraltar. Everyone else is just leasing it. And it's because of Lynxer. You can't say enough. Lynxer absolutely dominated the Widow fight on offense and on defense. Made the teams play something different. Didn't work out for him. Houston remains undefeated on Gibraltar. We're going to a map number 5 to decide the series next.
The Overwatch League is brought to you by Omen by HP, the official PC and display of the Overwatch League. Intel, the official computer processor of the Overwatch League. And by T-Mobile, America's best unlimited network.
welcome back, everybody. It's time to get into it. They have done it yet again, Houston Outlaws. They forced a series to map 5. Well, this is where they definitely thrive. Hex, they do come through in the clutch.
It's always exciting when you have Houston in a match. You know, they're not always going to give you the closest ones, but we get reverse sweeps. We, you know, all the way to 5. I'm always a big fan of 5. If you're Houston right now, you're praying to go to Ruins, because Linkser can absolutely shut it down. Gladiators have shown they have no answer to a Widowmaker here. Boink will come in for Bonnie. He will be playing the Lucio, very likely. And they're going to take Shore 4 out of the lineup and add in Hydration here. Give him a little bit more versatility, a little more projectile.
I'm calling it right now, Hex, that you cursed them during the break and that we're going to start on Ruins.
Yeah, well, I mean, I did say, they better hope they don't go to Ruins.
Exactly. And it's like, yeah, obviously, with Linkser popping off.
Yeah, they had no answer. And look, you can start sending tanks after. You have to start doing something. Like, you can also try to do the thing where you completely ignore the Widow. And it is possible on Ruins to ignore it more so than it is on Gibraltar. Gibraltar is a ridiculous, I mean, I believe they drew 3 sight lines and then built a map around it for Gibraltar. I mean, that's how it feels with Widow. She's super oppressive on that map, and if you don't have an answer or someone who can at least kill her 1 out of 3 or 4 times, and you're in trouble.
Well, it's the fact that on first point, she can grapple from the front all the way to the back balcony. Yeah. Right? Like, just grapple away. You saw it. You dive her, doesn't matter. She grapples halfway across the map. Good luck hunting her down.
No, you have a sightline from essentially 5 feet out of your spawn on first to where the first point needs to be. And then on second, you have sightline from where you just got the cart to where it needs to be. And then on last, it's essentially, I really think they drew 3 lines, and they're like, okay, now build a map around it. All right, anyway, I did not curse them. We're probably not going to start on the Ruins. In fact, I know we aren't. I have a different screen than you do. We're going to start here on the Lighthouse.
Don't believe their lies.
Don't believe his lies.
It could all just go to Ruins immediately. It is going to be the Lighthouse showing the way.
The Sombra hack screen comes up, and then Ruins comes up.
That would be so sick. Just wreck you right there, Hex.
All right, well, this is a map that you see a lot of Soldier 76 on, especially when New York and London played. Houston taking a page out of that book, going to send Jake on the 76. Meanwhile, the other side of things, LAG wants to run a pure dive composition.
Well, we'll see how they fare. This is going to come to, well, I mean, yeah, if you're going to play around the dive, you're going to play around Fisher. That's definitely a good thing. Gladiators just getting into the thick of it again. We've seen this work for them in the past in this series. They are able to get the poke, but Cool Matt will get the D-Mech on Bishu, and so things not quite working out here for the Gladiators. That's going to be a bit of a tough scenario now for Bishu to get that mech going again.
Fisher was very low, had to back out early. That opens things up for Houston to be able to step foot on the point, get as many kills as they can, and take this point for free.
Nice try there, Big Goose. Going for the boop off the edge. Crossing his fingers, hoping to get lucky. Wasn't meant to be that time. We did have Asher there trying to threaten the back line. And, well, now some big kills coming through. Hydration will get deaded. Jake with the Helix in the back. Hydration definitely thinking he had he had Raucus there dead to rights.
Yeah, he did have him dead to rights. There's no way that should have happened, but then he eats it. Now they're going to flip it back over. Gladiators have taken control of the point, but this time Houston wants to reinitiate.
Oh, that's a big kill, though. No tactical visor here for the Houston Outlaws to work with. Boink still has his sound barrier, but they're deciding to back off, regroup, and wait this one out, because Los Angeles Gladiators currently ahead in terms of the ult economy, and Hydration is taken to the skies.
Well, now that they have control of the point, it's going to be very good for Hydration. Gonna just start firing, blind firing rockets to the edges here. It's been interesting to see the style of Farah kind of change now that there's no mercy into it. They have to play much more passively, just looking for chip damage and then trying to find their moments when it does open up. Jake trying to run away from this all, but the ground army's still there.
You can't run away from Asher. Doesn't work. You can blink through time and space. How do you run away from that?
Carefully? I'm not sure. I don't think you can.
That's exactly the answer I was looking for there, Hex. You can't. All right. Jake, he wasn't able to get the attack and play before, though. Not quite going to get the Helix. That would have been big, and he decides to just whip out the attack visor immediately. Sound barrier is there, but he gets overwhelmed. No joy for Jake, nothing but a cold grave, and well, it's gonna be Fisher backing off, hoping to stay alive. He is barely getting topped up here by his Lucio. Big Goose, please.
It's about as bad could be there with that tactical visor and sound barrier combination. They got 0 out of it. That's something that you expect to be able to use both of those ultimates and win a fight because of it. Not going to happen though.
Okay, a bit of a chant
I was
war.
trying to figure it out as well.
Yeah, shields up, and guess what? Barrage on Jake again! Hydration sets the trap. Jake walked right into it. Muma's left all by his lonesome on the point. And Fisher, yes, goes primal. And this is definitely not where you want to be. Oh, the timing. He will get the jump back in time. Right back onto the point.
98% and counting up. It's desperation time. Muma's able to take down Shaz, but he will give his life for it. Outlaws have to take this point back or they're down a stage.
Oh, yeah, exactly. This is going to be a fantastic start. It could be Ruins coming next, so there's always a chance, but overtime it is in, and they are just launching themselves onto the point. Jake dead yet again, and well, everybody else along with them. Nobody close enough to tap the point to keep it alive here for the Outlaws, and Los Angeles Gladiators will take the lead.
It's gonna sound facetious and odd, but what impresses me most about Hydration is that he uses Barrage and lives through them more often than anyone else. There's so many people who are, bye.
What a boop.
There's so many Pharahs who are way too greedy with Barrage and end up dying for it. Take your kill. Take your one guaranteed kill. I mean, he understands that that's as good as it gets. You lock it down, you have all the burst damage in the world. There's also Pharahs who choose to initiate with Barrage, which is simply a death sentence. It's a good cleanup ultimate. Hydration has played the Pharah without the Mercy especially, so smart.
Well, turns out you had 50-50 odds there, Hex. And well, sometimes it's not gonna go in your favor. We will get Ruins after all. It's time for Linkser to go to town yet again. Spots out Asher, hello, yes, now I know where you are. I know the angle to be looking for.
They got a Sombra on the side of LAG here, and they're going to try to take over that right side pack, and that's going to mean that a lot of the healing the flankers from the Houston Outlaws are going to rely on is not going to be there. Oh man, we'll take down Shaz on the Tracer of all things. So they're going to run Hydration on the Lucy. What is this?
What's going on? I mean, this is a bizarre sort of setup here for Gladiators, and well, Bishu will be able to find a kill on Jake, but Houston Outlaws will pick up the first percentage gain here on the point. Linkser now has free reign. Hunted deep for a headshot there.
Okay, I mean, this is all comes because Asher has to play Widow, so they also want to Tracer. Hydration doesn't play Tracer, so he's on Lucio. It looks like the Gladiators have queued up mystery heroes here, but they're making it work.
They are making it work with the EMP. Those are 2 kills coming through. The DMAC on Matt. Well, Linkser gets the fadeaway on Shaz. That's a feel-good moment for him. But he is getting hunted down, and he will die eventually. No! Gets the pack just in the nick of time to stay alive, and now Fisher will eventually tase him to death.
I mean, Asher has done his job on the Widow. Hydration, no stranger to the Lucio, apparently is gonna boink boink off of the edge. A taste of his own medicine there. And despite this weird composition from the Gladiators, like, it makes sense if you take it step by step. It's just odd to see Hydration on Lucio of all things. But I guess Shaz, I mean, look, Shaz has played Genji before for this team. Shaz is definitely mechanically gifted enough to play DPS, so we'll see it. I want to see Shaz in a Pulse Bomb. I want to see him Pulse Bomb Zenyatta, because how long has he been waiting for that, you know?
Yeah, right. Oh, this feels good.
I get it now.
I get it now.
I get it. I get why you would do this.
Wow, it's very even right now between both of these teams. Moma not going to have the primal anytime soon. Hydration just about to take over to the sound barrier. So we'll have 5 ults up and running for the Los Angeles Gladiators. Big Goose is going to find exactly what he's looking for, but again, Rock is so quick with the reactions. We'll get that trance out in time. Definitely did not want to use it then, perhaps, because now it's going to be gone, and we get into the real meat of the issue here. Bishu finds the kill on point. Linkser gets caught by Shaz. And right now, things definitely favoring the Los Angeles Gladiators.
It's 4v4 still really up in the air right now as far as who's going to win. Fisher is able to take down his counterpart in Muma. Hydration will fall to Raucus. However, control of the point still in favor of Houston right now. As long as they can stalemate this, they're in a good position. Jake will finally fall. Gladiators have swung this back.
Yeah, we will have Cool Matt getting staggered here as well. That's never pleasant. Not long, however, Asher gets impatient and gets a bullet to the face. Linkser's there to win that duel. Shaz looking to follow up on it, though. Linkser in a bit of hurt, and he is going to be put to the ground. Los Angeles Gladiators making progress. They've pulled ahead now, 63% and counting.
Extremely back and forth here. Shaz is up here to make sure that Linkser cannot go up there. Linkser has gotten off of the Widow now. Very hard to retake control of the map with the Widow rather than a Genji, so that's what he'll switch on to. Houston has transitioned themselves into a pure dive composition, and they're going to have to push into a Sombra Widow.
Sombra Widow, it happens. Big Goose is getting very close to that EMP as well. Shaz in the back line will find not the stick, goes to the recall, decides not to brave it out. Well, eventually we'll go ahead and get the D-Mac on Cool Man, but then gets hacked to bits, or at least punched in the face by Muma. It's looking like Houston Outlaws are not done yet. They're swinging this fight back their way. Nothing Asher can do about it instead of dying apart from that, of course.
They just used EMP as well. Muma's able to stay alive and get a lot of good damage here. He's hacked, but it is too late. He will wave goodbye to his counterpart off of the edge there. They've got a self-destruct nearing Infrasight as well. That Shaz non-kill on the Zenyatta could end up being very big. You have to think a more veteran Tracer goes deeper and hits that.
Yeah, just commits to it.
Yeah.
Shaz decided to back out that time. He will find the kill on Cool Matt here to kick things off. Jake recalls back to full HP, gets the big stick. And does he manage to get the D-Mac? Yes, he does, but it doesn't matter because the self-destruct is out. And in the meantime, Fisher getting into the back line, takes down Boink. Jake wins the duel versus Asher, but this is still back and forth. Not quite done yet. Muma, the focus point here as Bishu and Shaz are working together against Linkser, but then Fisher comes leaping into the fray and finds two. Turning it around here. They have not managed to flip it just yet, but it is right on the brink.
99-99, Matt's gonna drop self-destruct on the point. He will get hydration, unable to get out of the mix. Fisher's off the edge as well. Houston not out of this just yet. Must win this stage to stay in it, but the Gladiators are cleaning up.
And they're sticking together. That's the key thing. If they can keep working this out, Boink was hacked there for a moment. That's not gonna help things. He gets deaded, and now it's on Linkser with the Dragon Blade. Has to come up big. There's the one, looking for a second. He'll find it. Now for the third, but he's done his bit. They're still in this fight. Overtime now, and if you leave it for a split second, it is over. But it's all on Houston Outlaws to try and win this fight. Hands down versus the Gladiators. It is not looking likely. Cool Matt keeping it alive here for the Outlaws. The very bitter end as Boink comes into the fight as well. But 4 alive, and the sound barrier used just for the 2 of them to try and keep hope alive here for the Outlaws just a little bit longer. Linkser will be in it, but it's not going to be enough. Overtime burns down. And the Los Angeles Gladiators win 2-0 on map 5 versus the Houston Outlaws. Hanging in there.
In a very strange composition, using every tool in the kit there. In the 5th and final map of the series, the Gladiators take down the Outlaws. You know, with your standard hydration on Lucio, Big Goose, Sombra, Asher, Widowmaker comp. The same thing we see never.
Never, exactly. I feel like Houston, they've spent a little bit of this match scratching their heads wondering what is going on here. They've been caught off guard with the strats. Everybody throwing down here. What a match going to map 5.
You know, that's one of the things I really admire about the Los Angeles Gladiators, though, and it goes down to their ability to see something, react to it, and you know what? We'll make it work. Let's go to the desk, see what they had to say about that matchup.
This was some ridiculous stuff tonight. LA makes some noise for these two teams. What a show. It went the distance all 5 games. And I gotta give credit, Reinforce, you nailed it at the half. You said it was Gladiators.
Cover your mic up, son. Don't you take this glory away from me. I predicted it. Game 5, Gladiators gonna win. Who, other than the Oracle, will predict this win? Only me. Only me.
You did it.
All golf clap for Brent, but really, let's applaud the teams that got the job done. Let's go back to Kings Row because it was all tied up at the half. This one, we've seen it go the distance. We've seen so many alt combos on this map. And we asked our producers, like, can you get us a bunch of alt combos? Normally we get a banger. Today it was more like a Soulja Boy mix, because this one's a little bit weak.
It was weak, wasn't it? Like, I asked them, you know, grab some ultimates. We want to see some big plays. And unfortunately, Houston did not provide them. And Kings Row is a map that we would consider them very good at. But in this case, they sort of got counteracted a little bit by Gladiators. They were ready. They were prepared. They came into it with the high horse strategy, as they say. That's such a sick shield as well. That last-minute block. It's just unreal.
Yep.
The most impressive part of this game for me, though, was the fact that Houston Outlaws were stuck. They weren't able to get the most out of that grab. and they were stuffed short, didn't get point number 1. Now, Bren, I know you said there was a specific moment that led to the win here for the Gladiators. What was it in the final?
Yeah, this is it. The final moment is Gladiators' last-minute push. I want to just highlight Big Goose on the Sombra. We saw a lot of it today, but this was how they won it. In the end, he built up this EMP in 35 seconds. And another statistic for you as well. Big Goose is the only man in the Overwatch League so far to have played Sombra on King's Row. This guy is a specialist on it, and honestly, just an all-around fantastic player.
He helped them win Game 5 on that Sombra as well. We're going to keep this rolling. We got 2 more games to go going into Game 4. Gibraltar up next, and this is where we thought, all right, Gladiators, you got a chance to lock it up. Instead, it was Houston so strong. Linkser on the Widow, but it was the whole team that really impressed us here, Brett.
Yeah, take a look at this coordination here. So Houston, they jump on the cart, they force Gladiators back, the tank line goes to defend it, they use Transcendence and everything to defend it, but that leaves the back line open, and Linkser, he's ready to take free pickings at the back lines. And this was a common theme throughout this
I mean, it was the Linkser show throughout Gibraltar, really.
Exactly.
Because Surefour really couldn't stand against it. We saw Surefour on the Genji try to dive onto Linkser. They couldn't reach him, too far of a distance to dive. So Surefour, he said, okay, let me play the Widowmaker. And, well, that didn't go too well either. I mean, Linkser was just a beast. And even on Volskaya, it was the same story.
Right.
It was Linkser, once again, on the Widowmaker, pulling it out for the Houston Outlaws. So both of these maps, really, credit to Linkser for actually being the go-to guy who actually carried the games.
Hey, Jake had a few awkward moments on Tracer, but I thought he did a really nice job, especially the back cap to open things up for Houston on Gibraltar. So Houston, they walk away with the victory. They stuff the Gladiators on the attack. And now I'm thinking here at the desk, crap, this is going back to Houston. They're going to steal this one in a Game 5.
That was Bren.
Yeah, I mean, I did think of it for a few seconds. I was like, oh my goodness, I forgot the map 5 was Ilios, and they've got Linkser on Widow. So I was like, what the hell are they going to do here?
They're putting hydration on Lucio.
That is ridiculous, isn't it? Like, who is going to expect that at all? Hydration on Lucio, and then you end up running both Shaz and Big Goose as this DPS duo of both the Sombra and the Tracer.
Yeah.
They're just flanking all over the place, all around the map, getting picks. I mean, that's honestly the most left field play I think I've ever seen.
I'm fine with players flexing to other heroes that they don't necessarily play usually to other roles. But if you flex like 4 players at once and you make it work versus the Houston Outlaws, when they have Linkser on Widow on Ruins, I mean, credit to you. Yeah, well, that wasn't too good, man.
Yeah, that wasn't too good. Because look at this bad
you got
play.
the other 3 guys. You got the other 3.
Yeah.
But it still worked. They made it work. This is what's so impressive is the fact that Shaz moved over to the Tracer, a role we wouldn't consider him good at. Big Goose playing that DPS Sombra, and then hydration on the Lucio. It's like, when does that ever happen? Other than just then. It was ridiculous. I couldn't believe my eyes.
Look, Bran, you predicted it. It was God's plan.
God's plan. All in.
We got one more Drake quote in before the show was over, and we have one more thing to do before this match is finished. Gladiators walk away with the victory, and biggest part to our player of the match, sponsored by Omen by HP. It's Asher today. I wanted to give it to Big Goose. We had talk of Fissure once again, but Asher, so consistent through this one. His Tracer, we talked about it earlier. Where do you rank him right now? And Johnny, you crowned SBB as the best Tracer in the game. How far behind is Asher?
Well, all the Tracers in the league are really popping up. We're talking about Logix, we're talking about Striker for Boston, of course. I'm not really sure I want to rank this guy without actually giving it proper thought. Now, Bren, you're always hyped up. I've never seen you so passionate.
I am passionate today, Johnny. I'm not gonna lie, and I would pin Asher as probably one of the better when he's playing on point, right? When he's playing with consistency, which he did today. He's been doing it in the past few games. It's honestly on a whole nother level, and he's honestly cementing himself as one of the best Tracers in the league. Very impressive stuff coming out from him.
If you've been missing week 3 and 4 of the Overwatch League here for Stage 2, make sure you go back on overwatchleague.com and watch these
Now entering King's Row. Prepare to attack. Select your hero.
Science will reveal the truth.
Attack commences in 30 seconds.
I've got a bullet with your name on it.
Hi!
I've got a bullet.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Attack commencing. Capture objective A.
I cast this forth.
I claim the objective.
Get into position. This is my will.
Taking the objective.
Double.
Perhaps a new methodology is required.
Taking the objective.
This will restore you.
Group up here. Thank you.
The objective is mine. Be quick about it.
Preparing the damage.
Objective A captured. Escort the payload.
Already.
Get into position.
We must keep this bad guys.
This will improve your condition. Surrender to my will. Pass this forth. The payload moves in circles.
That was a tactical error. Behind you!
There they are. Mecha activated. Nerf this.
We must all make sacrifices in the name of science.
Payload moves. We must keep it safe.
My ultimate is charging.
Restoring you. Allow me to repair the damage. Tell me how this is the iris. Surrender to my will. Double my will made real. I'm restoring you.
The payload has reached the checkpoint.
Hi.
Touch from afar.
Ready to roll. Understood.
Perhaps a new methodology is required.
All systems checked out.
Join me up here.
That changes my thinking. My will made real.
Well struck.
I'm restored. Task is This will restore you. You must ensure the payload progress. Strength flows from Get into position. Touch from afar. This is my will. Surrender to my will. Allow me to repair the damage. Allow me to repair the damage. That changes my thinking. This will restore you. Your body
The payload is stuffed. Get it moving.
the power of destruction. That changes my thinking. Get into position.
The dragon consumes you.
This will heal you. Tell me how This feels.
Forward barrier.
This is my will. Your strength fades. Surrender to my will. Triple. My will made real. Team kill. This is my will.
My ultimate is charged.
30 seconds
I am moving the payload.
defeat. Play of the game. Epic.
Thank you, thank you.
Now entering King's Row. Prepare to attack. Select your hero.
King's Row.
It's a perfect day for some mayhem.
Attack commences in 30 seconds.
Justice delivered. Justice delivered.
Omnic will not be kept down forever. The ashes will be placed.
I'll just leave this here.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Attack commencing. Capture objective A.
This is my will. Double
Holy dooly.
This is my will. I pass this torch.
Don't worry, my friend. I have your shield. This is not over.
Personne n'échappe à mon regard. Repairing the damage.
My ultimate is almost
Ready for more! Your strike ready to be unleashed.
I'm on the objective. Check me out. Securing the point.
The power of destruction.
Objective A captured. Escort remaining.
Payload ready to go.
This will heal you.
Target eliminated. Hey. Next. Haven't I killed you somewhere before?
The power of destruction.
Cease your resistance.
Hail the Mahal!
I will not give up the fight.
I'm back in the fight.
I'll feel that in the morning. My ultimate is ready.
Get into
Get behind me! Wait for me!
Death Blossom is ready.
Personne n'échappe à mon regard. It appears we exhausted
I feel like a new man. I shall seize the payload safely to its destination.
Yeah, yeah. That's what I get for reaching.
I will not give up the fight.
Move it out.
Get behind! Wait for me!
The payload is mine.
Don't worry, my friend. I am your shield. Barrier is failing.
Pass into the iris.
The payload is in my charge.
Double kill.
Ah! Again! Again! I'll feel sad in the morning. I shall not die! Have your attention yet? Cannot die! Wait for me!
60 seconds remaining.
I'll feel sad in the morning. Still, keep me out of me yet!
I'm back in the fight. Ladies and gentlemen, start your engines.
The payload is approaching its destination.
Let us move it!
Defeat. Play of the game.
Meteor strike!
Triple